Hello. Is it going slowly? No, it's not going slowly. I'm going slowly. It really feels like a Sunday today, but it's actually Saturday, the 18th of February 2023, 12:04 p.m. I had a visitor yesterday from you-know-who. I was watching YouTube on my bed, I think, or I think on my phone whilst Windows was updating or something. And I saw you heard someone called Barry, and I recognised the voice straight away, I think, but I heard it one or two more times, and I think I was hoping it would go away, and it was not going to go away anyway. He wanted me to unlock the front door, and I've just been tidying up after him. He was here for 5 minutes, and he left a cigarette, and the lid of the bin was thrown on the floor, and the takeaway was chucked inside, and it was creaking. Maybe I'm not home alone today. I think it is just at the window. This house is crap. I've been noticing how much it creaks when it's windy, because it was fairly windy yesterday. And actually, when I just went outside to take a rubbish bag out, an Aldi bag full of rubbish, and it was pretty windy. So yeah, maybe even windier today. But I did not go out at all yesterday. I did not believe. No, other than to unlock the front door, but I was still standing inside. Anyway, so I was just, he's here 5 minutes and he's already making a mess. Anyway, hopefully he will not be back. Might, if I have time, start talking about this camera I bought from a charity shop for, was it $4.99? It's just my memory. I really like collecting old cameras. Oh yeah, it was $4.99. It's £5 almost. I think that's a bargain. Retro technology. I need to push ahead with the supported housing stuff. I was just speaking to another victim of Birmingham City Council, and trying to organise a meet-up. I'm sensing he's not really up to it, so obviously I do not wish to push him. I'm letting him lead me, so he can let me know when he's ready and what he's comfortable talking about. But he's one of the main three that I will refer to in some of the new videos. Me being one of the three victims, he being another, and then there's a third. With regard to concept housing and HB housing and such. Got my replacement Starlink card through the post. That did not take long, so that's good. So I was worrying about whether or not I'd actually send it, because it was acting as though I'd not requested one. This is a replacement for replacement, because they decided to send a replacement without me asking for one. Maybe they changed security measures or something, but anyway, they sent it to Handsworth, even though I was sure I updated my address. I think it was updated my profile, but maybe updated just after they'd sent it or something. Anyway, so who knows what that landlord has done with that card, whether I now have a replacement for replacement. And also, I've had a surprise through the post. Department for Work and Pensions, but I opened it from the right hand side, so I saw Ipsos, who I know to be a survey company. So I thought, Ipsos, is this junk mail or something? I'm sure I'm not signed up with them anymore. But it's a DWP customer experience survey, so this should be interesting. They may call you if you want a phone survey, or you can go online and do it. So this was dated, it's just dated February 2023, purposely vague, so they can claim they sent it any time during February. No, this is Ipsos, not DWP. Let's not be so suspicious, even though they're doing it on behalf of DWP. But Yvette Hartfield, those are very interesting names, and Juliet Olbone. I've got some spaghetti in the microwave. I need to go and retrieve that in a sec. I just remembered. Help with some important government research, but will anyone take us seriously? Complain to councils, complain to governments, nothing happens, and we're defamed, and so people are afraid of speaking out. So they have to understand people are going to be very reluctant. And then when people say, it's like with HB Housing all over again, they'll say, we interviewed the other residents and they were fine. And they said they have no problems. Well, that actually translates to they're afraid to speak up. Anonymous survey. So that's interesting. So I definitely need to do that. And the letter from with regard to my Arthurian Games company. Interesting timing. So I created a YouTube channel the other day, which it's too quick for it. It wouldn't be related to that anyway. But I'll be it's dated 16th of February. Actually, it's that time is very interesting, and it took 2 days to get here. That's very suspicious. But anyway, no, it's a regular. They were saying they contacted me before, and they did when I was with that Handsworth. I'm sure I told them Arthurian Games does not yet qualify. If does not need to register, but they want me to go online to do a survey and prove that I do not need to register. Please respond by 17th March 2023. It's kind of like TV licensing. They'll keep chasing you up until you say you do not need a license. You need to go and register. Because I don't see Arthurian Games retaining customer information, the data, unless creating online accounts for people potentially in the future. But at the moment, no, there's definitely no need to register. There's no personal data being processed as far as I can see. I mean, I've barely started the Arthurian Games website. As I said, I just started a YouTube channel yesterday. I think I created a YouTube account that same day. So no, there's no need to be registered. I finished reading this last night. I was going to read up to about verse 200, 244 verses I think. It's verse 200, so I read 100 in one go. I was going to read to 200 and then read some more of the Two Towers, but I was getting so sleepy, so I thought maybe I'm just going to finish, get to 200. But then when I got to 200 I thought, okay, so I'm not reading The Lord of the Rings tonight, I might as well finish what else I did. So it's a very interesting book, very sort of spiritual in places, sort of about observing the splendour of the universe as well as the flaws and the woes and stuff of humanity. But yeah, it's a very interesting book. I can talk about it in more detail at some point. I need to get my spaghetti though, and I also need to read Queen of the Day as well. February. The spaghetti's going to be, the bowl in the microwave will be too hot to handle for a while. Someone's messaging me. It's Instagram. That might be my sister. I mean, almost started it will be, so I sent her a message. Okay, I'm going to reply to her in a second. Okay. Did I read Pharaoh? I did read Pharaoh yesterday, yeah. So anyway, today's for February 18, also known as 18th of February, is Letter to Anna Pregnant by Kit White. Kit White, June 17th, 1944, and there's no second date, so at the time of printing she was still alive. Letter to Anna Pregnant by Kit White. When I consider by the frozen river how we two shall never, down some of these days, meeting loving upon the ungrieving, banking forgiving, new-made rays. Of April sunlight, when touch is leaf light, and love is outright, and darkness done, then I remember, times without number, the cold I shouldered to block your sun. And I portion by this sad station, where ice to the ocean flows downstream, all blame attendant to your correspondent, sorrow his tenant drowned that stream. The hawthorn crouches in the black wind's clutches, and snags and scratches the last of light, that is dying over the winter river, that sails forever on out of sight. I'm sorry, darling, I hope the unfurling, bud in your sailing, body may, beyond shores woeful, wake you joyful, some sweet day. Wow, that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting indeed. So anyway, butchered some pronunciations of simple words because I kept reading the title. I think I read it about 5 or so times because when I'm about to read the poem, I like to sometimes read the date as well and read the poem and the author and then get into it. But my mouth was blank. I have these strange swallowing issues and saliva issues, so I was sort of not choking, but like very, very mildly sort of choking, stuttering. So then I started. I think my pronunciations are a bit butchered here and there, but yeah. That's very interesting. I think I can smell my spaghetti. So I'm going to go and eat, and then I'll also have to collect some washing. So I'm running out of t-shirts. So and I needed to freshen my jeans up. Even I think they're shrinking already, or at least one pair. And I need to get all this dry before tomorrow morning for church. So I mean, if I turn the heating up much, it will be okay. It will. Otherwise, I'm going to be walking in soggy clothing. No, it will be okay. I'll better go and check to see if the washing's done though, so I can get it drying as soon as possible. Say goodbye for now.